Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, I had to go by the back doorway, y'all. I know I don't have the intro on here. We'll put the intro on another time. Let me just bring my chat up on my other screen. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Let me see what's happening over here. It is really good to see y'all. Hey, hey, how's it going? You had an ad. Well, that's fine. I don't mind having the ad. Oh, shoot. It'd probably help if I had the microphone up to my mouth, wouldn't it? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Child, look, the microphone was all the way across the room some daggone where you know how it be sometimes. It's hard sometimes. It's hard. I know I'm super late, you guys, but I had to work late. You know, I've got this darn house to pay for, y'all. I can't be pussyfooting around anymore. Just kidding. Not that I wasn't giving it my all before. I don't want y'all to think that. However, child, look, it was a little, I had to stay a little longer tonight. How is everybody doing? Hello, Diana. Hello, TJ. Hello, Sagfire. Hello, Rio. Hello, Nita. Hello, Sarah. All right, I got everybody so far in here. So, we're going to let people come on in here. Come on in the room. Right? So, I know, I don't even have any music going. Y'all want some music tonight? I'm doing all right. I'm not even going to put any music on tonight. Let's just talk tonight. So, this morning I did put out a uh, guided meditation. I'll be doing daily meditations. They'll drop every morning, or I'll do them live every morning. If you were on this morning, you'll notice that I did not have the chat going. And that's for a very good reason. It's going to be one of my do's and don'ts. Okay. Um, so I didn't have the chat going. So don't expect in the morning for guided meditation, if you see me do it live, that there's going to be chat, because that's one thing that I feel like we need to be sure that we're not doing is paying attention to the chat while we're supposed to be meditating. So I thought about it. Now you can start seeing those guided meditations every morning. I'm either going to record them the night before and then drop them in the morning, or when I get up in the morning. Basically what I'm going to do, thank you very much, what I'm going to do, basically, my thought process is I meditate every morning for at least about 15 to 20 minutes every morning. Okay. And I thought, well, why don't I just meditate with y'all? So what's going to happen is, everybody, is that y'all are going to get the meditation that Lisa's going into that day. I just have to remember to talk. Now, but y'all are going to get the meditations that I'm doing on a daily basis. So this morning it was all about higher consciousness. Um, Tomorrow it may be about solar plexus. It might be about root chakra. It might be, so there's not necessarily a guide to it. Although I do think tomorrow is going to be throat chakra, because we did the upper two chakras today. So I think tomorrow is going to be the throat chakra, and then Wednesday will be the heart. Thursday will be solar plexus. Friday will be sacral. Saturday will be the root. And then Sunday we'll put it all together on Sunday morning. So you can just expect that it's going to be a guided meditation daily. Okay? That's what you can expect from me, as since I meditate every morning anyway. Okay? And then pretty soon we're going to have some other ones out here on the interwebs. So, what I wanted to do today, though, is really talk a lot about, or talk a little bit. I'm not going to keep y'all too terribly long, about meditation do's and don'ts. Because I know I just kind of jumped into it, right? Just jumped on in. And I hear a lot of people ask me all the time, or they'll say, I don't know how to meditate. I'm not sure how to meditate. I'm not sure what to do. So I figured, hey, let's have a little bit of a discussion about such things, right? So let me give you the first do. When you meditate, the first do, everybody, is relax. Okay? Relax. That's the first thing we have to do is relax. The first don't then is don't go into it all stressed out. Meditation is not some like do 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 kind of crazy thing that's going on, right? All meditation is simply you are allowing yourself, your brain, to go into a theta state. And by going into theta state, it allows your brain to be in kind of that twilight space between full consciousness and I'm knocked out, I'm asleep. Okay? So this is what we want to do. We want to just get ourselves in that space. And by allowing ourselves to be in that space, we are allowing ourselves to let our spirit take control, let our higher consciousness take control. Okay? A don't is don't get hung up on all the terminology. Okay? Don't get hung up on all the terminology. You'll hear people say higher consciousness, and you'll hear me talk about the fifth dimension and your higher self and all of that. At the end of the day, all that we're talking about, if I just want to make it real simple, real plain, all we're talking about is your spirit, your real self. We're a triune being. We are a three-part being: spirit, mind, and body. Your mind and your body are the third dimensional avatar that you've chosen to live this life out. Okay? Now, if you're like, I didn't think, why did I choose a fluffy body? I don't know. Maybe the last lifetime you weren't that fluffy. Maybe the last time you were really darn skinny and you said, I want to try being fluffy this time. Gosh darn it all. Hello, SR. Y'all, please do hit like on this video. And if you like the information that's being presented, please do share it. Okay? TJ, no, you're fine, honey. So don't get hung up on terminology. Do, though, study some of it so you understand. Like, do Google it at least. Find out what people are talking about. So we have do relax, don't get anxious. Don't get hung up on the terminology, but do just study it or ask a question on a night like tonight, right? What do you mean? Okay, that. Do understand that there's a difference between meditation and prayer. Meditation typically is a listening time period. And by listening, I actually mean it is a spiritual interaction. Hey, Miss Raina. It's a spiritual interaction time period. Prayer, as most of us, hey, Miss Surrey. Prayer is a lot of talking. Now, y'all know if some of y'all grew up in church. When there was prayer time, we did all the talking. Some of us, it was, we were praying to Jesus and Mary, Mother Mary, and the saints. Some of us, it was Father God. We, your humble servants, come before your throne of grace, pleading at the throne. We're pleading the blood of Jesus. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play with me. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Father God. Okay. Some of us might have prayed in tongues, right? I'm not going to do that. I should, Lord help me. I'm not, I'm not going to do the tongue impression that, ooh, Lord Jesus, help me. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I almost slipped into tongues just that fast. Some of us, it was very serene. Thank you, Lord, for all the blessings that you bestowed upon us. We are merely sinners saved by grace, not worthy of the blessings that you have put on us. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think that's kind of a theme across all. That's a whole nother discussion. I really want to get into that religious discussion. I think we're going to get off into that real soon. I want to get into that religious discussion. However, meditation is a time where your mind is in theta state and not, hey, sassy, right? Not going through all the emotions and commotions. Your mouth is not engaged. So we are putting down the third dimensional and picking up the fifth dimensional. Do you understand what I'm saying? Prayer is the time where you're talking. Now that's different between the difference between meditation and mantras. I will say this as mantras, if you're doing meditations during mantras, although I don't necessarily recommend it. Don't Chad, I be done get out of there. You know, I be done fell out. We're not gonna do that though. Anyway, prayer is this like it comes from a third dimensional space, not from the higher self. We can be guided to pray in a way that is in agreement with our higher selves and the higher purpose and plan. However, I have found that a lot of the prayer that goes on is real. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Please, 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 I'm begging you, please. I'll be real good, or I've been real bad. I know I've been real bad. So please, could you help me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereas during meditation, the purpose of meditation is to empower. You are allowing your higher self to be empowered to guide your third dimensional mind and body to go further. So do connect spiritually, okay? Do quiet your mind. Do get into that theta state. Don't do an excessive amount of talking, because it isn't from here, really. This is really the connection here. There's a space for prayer. And I'm not saying that prayer is a bad thing. I'm just saying this is the purpose of meditation, so please don't take it the wrong way. Do get into a quiet space. Don't be having your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your children's running around. Okay? If you gotta wait to put the children's to bed, then put the children's to bed. If you gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, your dogs and your cats, yes, Lord. If you gotta get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning so you can get you some quiet time before them kids going back to school, then that's what you do. Don't try to meditate at dinner time at the height of the activity in your home. That's not a good idea. Okay? So, not a good idea. Do try to find a space that you can make in your home that's your sacred space. If that is in your bedroom, that's fine. I'm not opposed to that. But do try to make a space in your home that is a sacred space for the purposes of meditation. Do try to do that. Um, I would say don't meditate in an area where maybe you've had a lot of arguments or there's just been a lot of negative energy running around. You know what? If the bathtub is your sacred space, baby, go ahead on and do it. Whatever your sacred space can be in your sacred place. Okay, be in your sacred place. Now, I do not recommend when you first start going into starting to meditate. I do not recommend meditating lying down in your bed. Because I could guarantee you, when I first started meditating, like really getting into the meditation, honey, child, let me tell you, baby, I get off into that old guided meditation, and baby, honey, I be sleep before it'd be like a 20-minute guided meditation. And honey, I be sleep 5 minutes in because I done got real relaxed. Because remember, you're going into theta state. You're going into theta state. Hey, Diana. Theta state is right in between consciousness, and I'm knocked the you know what out because I'm finna go to bed. Okay, that's that twilight state. It's the twilight state before you go to sleep. It's the twilight state as you're waking up. It's that in between state. Okay, so y'all listen to me. Don't do that. Just don't. It's not a good idea. Do meditate if you can, sitting, preferably sitting up. If you do the whole lotus position, that's fine too. But do meditate, sitting up comfortably. I like to try to put my feet on the floor if possible because that helps you being grounded. I know, Ria, you. But it does help me to be grounded if my feet are on the floor because it's easier for me to imagine my roots going down through the bottom of my feet and just spreading wide. Okay? What else is a do or a don't? Please try not to meditate with Real Housewives of Atlanta or Patanka or Basketball Wives or Black Ink or The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. None of it. Please try not. Don't. Don't have that stuff on in the background. Okay, this kind of goes back to the sacred space. All right, the sacred space. If you have all those distractions going around you, not gonna be good. Okay, it's just not, because the more that you have third dimensional interference and third dimensional stimulus, right? Playing in the background, your mind's not going to quiet into the theta state. Why? Because things like television is telling you what you're supposed to be having a vision of. So, what the vision that's being placed in your brain then is not the vision you want that's coming from up here and being placed in there. Yet, what's having is television programming. The telly is programming your vision. In fact, I would say, Cardi B, Lord Jesus, no motorsport, no Bodak Yellow, no Pressed. All right. None of that, please. Put your twerking music on another time. Right now is not time to be twerking. Okay? Now is not the time to be twerking. So you put that on another time. This is all about the sacred space, right? So again, and I would even say as you're going further on, now I have my guilty pleasures, I'm not going to lie. I have my guilty pleasures, but I regulate myself to my guilty pleasures to certain times of the week. I mean, I am still human. So that's how I know about all them chores. Okay? All right? That's how I know about them. So don't do that, but do, if you need it, do have some music playing in the background, that's going to help you just kind of zen. Rio says, don't get super anxious about clearing your mind. Do allow the thoughts to come and go. Very good, Rio. Thank you very much. That is exactly right. Your mind eventually does settle down. That's why my daily meditations are only going for about 15 minutes. That's about the most I can expect anyone first starting off. Right? So don't freak out about it. In fact, I don't mind the fact that because honestly, there's a lot of meditations. You're going to notice as I'm taking you through different meditations for different purposes, we actually need to have those memories come up and those thoughts. So we give our mind permission to bring it up. The more energy you put towards fighting it, the more your mind is going to bring it up. Right? The more energy you put towards fighting those thoughts and keeping them down, the more your mind's going to be like, nope, I'm going to still talk. I ain't calming down. Now what? It's going to fight you every rip. So just let it come. Sometimes, I'm going to tell you something, you will get the deepest revelations by just allowing it to happen. Something may pop up, you be like, yeah, dang, I ain't thought about that in about 7, 8, 9 months. Well, why did that come up? When a random thought comes up, I look at it and I ask, why are you here? Why am I thinking about this? Yeah, I'm tired. I can't be up too long with y'all. I bet, why did I think about this? So I asked myself, why does it come up? Sometimes it's for a purpose. And sometimes it's just a little duck going along in the water and I just got to let it go. So it's like you look at it, you acknowledge it, and then you let it pass. Well, the longer you say you never have a clear headspace, the less you're going to have a clear headspace. I didn't think meditation was going to be for me either, Raina. But you have to train your mind rather than allowing your mind to train you. That's a good one. Do train your mind. Don't let your mind train you. Your mind is a tool for you to use, your higher self, your true self. It's a tool for you to use to interact with the third dimensional world. That's what your mind is. However, because we have lived the majority of our lives in the unawakened state, we're used to our mind just running it. So really what's happening is your mind is resisting the fact that you're saying, hey, wait. No, you're not really in charge. It's my higher consciousness that's in charge. So don't let your mind run you. You run your mind. Well, Diana, we're doing daily meditation right here on this channel. Yep. And you know what? That's the main reason why you need to meditate. The more, now I'm going to stop the do's and don'ts for a second. The more you allow your mind to run rampant, forwards, backwards, sideways, the less ability you have to be present in the moment and practice mindfulness. One of the purposes and benefits of meditation is you learn to practice mindfulness. You learn to be in the moment. As you learn to slow yourself down to being in the moment, it is amazing what you can see and sense and know in that moment. You literally feel yourself slowing down in the slow motion. When I let my mind race and I don't practice mindfulness and practice being present, I make mistakes. Why? Because my mind is racing at 50 million miles a minute. And sometimes I literally, like last night, I was speaking with someone and talking about an endeavor that we're about to put forward here in the next month or two. And I literally had to be like, you know what, slow down, pimp. Slow your roll. I don't know why that would happen, Satchfire. You gotta slow your roll. You gotta slow it down. Not be in such a rush. And even when we have so many things going on, that's the most important time to slow down. Exactly. That's what meditation is meant to do, is to help you. Everything is mental. Yes and no. Guided meditation is good to let go, get on a higher vibration, then come back and deal with things from a higher vibrating state of mind. That's very true. The thing though is you want to be higher, you operating from a higher vibrational space in your spirit. That's the purpose of meditation, is to get to a point where you're operating as a spirit-led being. What meditation does is it puts you in the right order and then lets you deal with all of this stuff third dimensionally from your higher consciousness, because now your higher consciousness is like, yes, I'm running this show now, and not the mind. I'm running it, and I'm running it from eternity. Okay, we've had some do's and don'ts. What else can we think of, do's and don'ts wise? Been on about 30 minutes. I didn't want to stay on much longer than 30 minutes. Back to do's and don'ts. Do set aside some time to meditate. Try for 10 to 15 minutes or build up to that. Don't get down on yourself if you miss a day. So do say, I'm going to set aside this time, but don't get down on yourself if you miss a day. It's all right. Okay? I'm not going to tell anyone how long to meditate at the end of the day. I would say 10 or 15 minutes daily is a great way to start your day. If you have more time than 10 or 15 minutes, fabulous. If you're going through a lot of healing, where you're really releasing a lot of stuff, you know what I say? Meditate as long as you need to. Meditate as long as you can stand it. Meditate as long as whatever needs to come out is coming up and out. Let the healing process happen. Well, Raina, I would check to figure out where you're meditating. So Raina is saying that it takes her an hour or more to really start meditating if she's lucky. You're fighting it too much. You're fighting it too much. You're quite welcome, Diana. I would say stop fighting it and be okay with letting your mind quiet down and letting yourself, your body, and your mind relax. Your body and your mind relax. So, Rhea, you were doing 2+ hours a day when you first started. For a while there, I was doing an hour to 2 hours when I had time for all that. And I was blessed with the time. I was going through a lot of healing, though, a lot of healing, so that was necessary. Um, yeah, heavy healing. That's when we find, I think, that we really do like those really in-depth, lengthy. I wished I had the time to just meditate for an hour. And I did the meditation without any guided meditation. I just threw the music on. I just threw music on and let it be. And so a lot of times I didn't even have the music on. Well, the dog and the cat, Raina, shouldn't take precedence over your meditation time. The kids will go back to school, and then you'll have some time in the house by yourself. But the dog and the cat, they need to kind of get in place. You need your time, right? Because otherwise you're not going to be, good for anybody. But I had the time when I wasn't working, and sometimes I take time on my own. Okay, honey. You're welcome. I like silence too, and water. I do prefer silence. I put the music on for you guys because most people find it easier as they're just starting out to not meditate in silence. Um, Most people find it's necessary to meditate in silence. I mean, with music. I prefer silence actually. I really do. But I also find it easier to tune out all other noise. Like I can have a million and one things going on around me, and I just don't hear anything because I've decided I don't want to. That's you know that's me. Okay, sometimes when you meditate, you go somewhere else. Yep, you should. Like I'm just no longer at home or something. What is that? That's you connecting up to the higher dimensions. That's your spirit connecting up to the higher dimensions. You'll sometimes feel like you're not here. Sometimes there'll be astral type projections where your spirit is not here. It's somewhere else. It can be some people end up by rivers, some people will just whatever, like you could be wherever. There's been times I've been in meditation where I've been out for 2 hours, like literally not there, and I've written down things that I've seen. I came back here. But you're always going to come back unless you die. But I think you'll know that you're going to die. So don't worry about that. You're going to come back. I think it's amazing when you go somewhere else, honey. It's absolutely amazing. Meditation. Meditation, yes, was done in the Bible. Meditation has been done through many religions. It's ancient. It is what we're supposed to do. It is, I mean, the Mayans, as far back as we can have some human history, it's been meditation. Most, but Christianity today is so much more focused on prayer. Always running off at the mouth instead of like shutting up and listening, to be honest with you. Yep, that's fine too. Sometimes I go there too. It's just you're in another dimension and you don't necessarily need to really have any time and space associated. You're just there with the rest of eternity. Perfectly normal. That's awesome. I love it when I go. I love it. I love that. I don't always have to be somewhere, but I love it. Like there were a couple weeks ago we did a meditation. I think it was for like the new moon or maybe with full moon or something. I don't know. One of those two. Whoo, I was gone. And I was surprised I was still talking to y'all. And the guy that it was one of the Monday night meditations. I was out here. It was amazing. So, yeah, really. So, okay. So we talked about you should try to have a sacred space. I really, honestly, there needs to be a sacred space for you. That space. I mean, it's like, Christianity. We're talking about going to your prayer closet. Well, it wouldn't always be a closet, right? But I had space in my room that's where I would pray. Um, and at the time, meditate. I didn't really know that's what I was doing. But just an area that you can just go, and that's holy for you guys. That's really, yeah, it's just holy. It's just holy. Do you have any other questions, guys? I really just wanted to come on and talk about some do's and don'ts. Really implore you guys, come watch me in the morning or whenever you can. I'll try to have them up by, no later than 8 o'clock in the morning, Central Time. Um, come meditate with me if you can, if you're up. And if not, watch it later. I won't have the chat going. Oh, that's the other thing. Like if I do these on Monday nights, and I'm not saying I won't ever do them again on Monday nights, but when I do these on Monday nights, I may separate the teaching time from the meditation, or I might just do meditation because and turn the chat off. Don't be looking for the chat to be on during my guided meditations in the morning. It ain't gonna be on because we shouldn't be paying it. Like I think it's great that we all talk to each other like here on this setting, but that's not what that time is for. That time is for me to help you and you to guide in, right? Um, and guide you into and through a time period of being one with the spirit realm. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, and focused, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. You're welcome. All right, guys, listen, Mama's gonna go up here and get her something to eat and get to bed so I can be with y'all in the morning. Tomorrow is Tuesday. It's Tuesday tarot night, so you know how that go. Is it me or is it T, baby? Rio, don't get me to lying, child. Do not get me to lying. I could tell you 6:30 my time and child not be up and out that bed till 7:30. I'm pushing myself to be on somewhere around 6 a.m. my time or 6:30 a.m. my time, somewhere around there. Oh, that's beautiful, TJ. Somewhere around that there time. Okay, we'll be on. Um, and then I'm gonna start posting on Patreon publicly more affirmations that you all can do either during the time, guided meditation also sometimes has affirmations. 6:30 or 7. No, central 6:30 or 7. 6 a.m. my time would be 7 a.m. your time. 6:30 my time would be 7:30 your time, sir, Eastern. Yeah. Throw that back, girl. I'm not going to be up at no 5:30 in the morning. I am definitely not telling that story because that is not happening. I'm not even finna. Ooh, child. Ooh. There you go. There we are. Yep. At least they gonna be up that. No. So we're gonna do that. Okay. So y'all get together with me. Let your friends know we're doing guided meditation. Tomorrow night we'll do Tuesday Tarot night. And then I'll start putting up more mantras on Patreon on a public level. That's fine, honey. Just catch it when you get up. That's the beauty of it being out there. You just catch it when you up. Just so long as people know it's going to be guided meditation time, okay? All right, y'all. I'm out here. Let me go get something to eat because I'm hungry. I ain't ate since lunch, and lunch was early today, okay? All right, guys. I'm going to talk to you guys soon. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Namaste, you guys. Bye-bye.